Good morning, America, for our viewers in the West. The latest on the passengers from the cruise ship as we talk live to one of them from quarantine. President Trump set to leave for China, plus a star-studded American Idol finale and a winner. Close watch. All eyes on the quarantine units in the United States following the deadly hantavirus outbreak on board a cruise ship. This morning, one of the American passengers joins us live from Nebraska, where one person tested positive and is treated inside a biocontainment unit. Now, what's next for the other Americans who already returned home? As concern grows, does a variant of the virus spread easier than previously thought?
High-stakes summit. President Trump set to leave for China. The war in Iran at the top of the agenda. After he declared the ceasefire on life support, the president now suggests suspending the federal gas tax, what it means.
Race to redistrict. The Supreme Court clearing the way to eliminate another congressional district with a black majority, as its decisions unleash chaos on the midterm elections.
Brazen daylight shooting. An armed man opens fire in a Boston suburb.
We're getting reports of gunshots fired 808 Memorial Drive.
People run for their lives. How a state trooper and heroic civilian stopped the shooter.
New developments in the case of the woman who went missing in the Bahamas, the Coast Guard seizing their sailboat.
Red flag warning. The dangerous fire conditions prompting evacuations. Ginger also tracks the dangerous springtime heat wave in the West.
Hey, Booms.
Boomer, the police dog with a heart-pounding rescue.
Good boy, Boomer.
Plus, SGA and the Thunder just getting started with that thrilling sweep overnight.
And the Thunder have won and swept and are headed to the Western Conference Final.
But was that LeBron's last game in purple and gold? As Donovan Mitchell's historic performance lifts Cleveland. And
the winner of American Idol 2026 is...
Just tell us.
Hannah Harper!
As she says,
"Good morning, America!"
after that star-studded finale. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Stayed up late to watch American Idol. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to have much more from American Idol. We're going to also have those NBA matchups and Boomer's big save just ahead.
Also this morning, tariff refunds starting to go out for businesses after the Supreme Court struck down President Trump's signature economic policy earlier this year. We're going to tell you what those refunds could mean for you.
But first, we're going to begin with the hantavirus outbreak. The cruise ship set sail yesterday from the Canary Islands after evacuating passengers and crew from 23 countries. 18 people are now being monitored at medical facilities in Georgia and Nebraska. Victor Akindo is in Omaha with the latest. Good morning to you, Victor.
Good morning, Robin, from the University of Nebraska Medical Center outside of the quarantine unit, where 16 American passengers are being closely watched over the next few days. This, as we learn of additional Americans being monitored. They were on the same flight as an infected passenger.
This morning, health officials monitoring those Americans who returned home following that deadly hantavirus outbreak on board a cruise ship. The first American to test positive being treated inside the biocontainment unit at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. 15 others are being evaluated for symptoms in the quarantine unit here. Once released, they will be allowed to monitor their symptoms at home or remain here for the 42-day quarantine period.
So the 15 who are in quarantine right now, what is life like for them?
So they have their independent private rooms, kind of like a hotel room, with the exception of they can't have visitors. And then they have a healthcare team that does come in and check with them.
2 other Americans, a couple, flown to Emory University in Atlanta after one of them showed symptoms. So far, 11 cases reported worldwide. 3 have died. Maryland is monitoring 2 residents who were on a flight with a cruise ship passenger who later tested positive. Now, growing concerns the Andes virus may spread easier than previously thought, though evidence remains preliminary.
We're just seeing emerging evidence, for instance, in conversations that several colleagues had with the doctor on the ship, who said that at least 3 of the people who got infected did not have close contact, and they may have had just casual contact sitting next to somebody for half an hour at a meal.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. maintains the government has the proper protocols in place.
We have this under control, and we're not worried about it.
Shayna Montiel is one of the few Americans to have experienced the virus.
The abdominal pain, I remember that hurting bad to the point where I was just having to throw up because it hurt so bad.
Contracting it when she was just 5 years old in 1993 during the Four Corners outbreak, the biggest hantavirus outbreak to date in the U.S.
My mom, she was very panicked, very worried, very stressed. There was just a lot of unknown answers, and knowing what I went through and how awful it was, like I would not wish that upon anybody.
Once cleared to quarantine at home, health officials here stressed they would be escorted the entire way. We will not see them on commercial flights. Guys?
All right, Victor, thank you. You know, the hantavirus is the most searched topic in the U.S. And here to answer some of your questions is ABC News medical correspondent Dr. Diane Sawyer, an emergency room physician. And Doc, good morning to you. Let's start with the American passengers who are asymptomatic, who have not tested positive. Is it safe to let them go home? And can they fly commercially or should they drive?
You know, that's the big question. My personal opinion, they should not fly commercial. But we were told yesterday, our medical unit, that they would not be flying commercial flights. But the question that we don't know is how long they will stay in these quarantine units. Yesterday at the press conference, federal health officials shared that the patients, or the passengers, would be tested on a regular basis. And those passengers that wanted to stay for the 42-day period would be allowed. And those passengers who would essentially be allowed to go home would be screened first on a personal risk assessment basis. And that seemed to be based on their personal health as well as their ability to safely quarantine at home.
Yeah, and we've been hearing a lot of things. Initially, we were told that prolonged close contact was required to spread the virus, but there have been some experts who are disputing that a bit.
Yes, there have. You know, but at the end of the day, Robin, being on a boat is close contact enough. And this wasn't one of those large cruise liners with 4,000 patients. This was a polar exploration boat with about 150 people on board. We're talking about group excursions, shared close contact. And we also know that this virus isn't genetically different from the prior Andes strain that we've seen before. Yesterday, the Spanish health minister shared that the genetic analysis showed that there was no mutations that would suggest that this could do something different from what we've seen before. But with that being said, we've had limited relative experience with this virus overall. There's only been about 900 or so cases in the United States since the 1990s. So we're operating on limited data.
Where are we on a vaccine?
Honestly, personally, George, the idea of a vaccine is far away. And the biggest problem here is that this is due to a family of viruses, not just one virus. So creating a vaccine that can target multiple viruses, it would be quite difficult. And so that's why the focus is on quarantine and prevention. And it highlights the importance of public health and disease prevention that are under immense stress with added funding cuts from the Trump administration.
Okay, Dr. Sutton, thanks very much. Latest now from the White House. President Trump declared that the ceasefire with Iran is on life support, sending oil prices up again ahead of a high-stakes mission to China and a barrage of inflammatory Truth Social posts overnight. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott tracking it all from the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. 73 days into this conflict, and diplomatic talks appear to be going nowhere. In fact, President Trump now says that this ceasefire is hanging on by a thread. As President Trump prepares to leave for China in just a few hours, this morning he says the fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran is on life support.
I would say the ceasefire is on massive life support, where the doctor walks in and says, "Sir, your loved one has approximately a 1% chance of living."
The president clearly frustrated, swiftly rejecting an Iranian response to the U.S. framework that was aimed at setting ground rules for deeper negotiations.
After reading that piece of garbage they sent us, I didn't even finish reading it.
Iranian state media reporting the country's counteroffer included lifting U.S. sanctions, paying reparations to Iran, and ceding control over the Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, Iran is still not committing to any changes to its nuclear program. The country's top negotiator insisting there is no alternative to the proposal, and warning the administration that the longer they drag their feet, the more American taxpayers will pay for it. With the war in its 11th week and the Strait of Hormuz still virtually at a standstill, Americans are feeling the squeeze. Gas prices are up $1.55 since the war began, now hovering around $4.50 a gallon. And a new poll shows a majority of Americans, some 63%, say their household's personal financial situation has taken a hit from those rising prices at the pump. The president now considering suspending the federal gas tax, which could lower prices some 18 cents per gallon.
It's a small percentage, but it's still money.
But President Trump will need the help of Congress to do that. Republican Senate Majority Leader John Thune says in the past he's not been a fan of the idea. But if President Trump wants to make the argument, I'm sure everybody will give him a chance and hear him out. And this morning, momentum on Capitol Hill appears to be slowly growing.
Why wouldn't we take the opportunity to give working people some relief?
People are having a hard time driving to work because they can't afford gas. Give the American people a break.
Meanwhile, some Democrats argue it would only be a short-term fix.
I think the best way we could lower the cost of gasoline right now would be for Donald Trump to back off on this war that he has started in the Middle East.
So it's unclear where exactly these talks go from here. President Trump says he will not set a new deadline for Iran to make a deal. He's also not ruling out future military attacks on Iran, George.
And Rich, we saw some erratic presidential behavior yesterday. The president used a profanity to describe the White House at an event, and then he went on that strange social media spree into the morning.
Yeah, this stretched late into the night, into the early morning, George. The president posting or reposting on social media more than 50 times by our count, and nearly all of these posts focused on false claims or conspiracy theories. The president at one point responding to someone calling on the DOJ to make more arrests, just as he reshared a post with an unfounded conspiracy theory calling on former President Barack Obama to be arrested. Other posts attacked his perceived political enemies, including Hillary Clinton and James Comey, George.
And of course, in the past, when the president has posted these things, the Justice Department has followed up with actions. Rachel Scott, thanks very much. Robin?
All right, George, and we know the president is set to leave for China. Senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is in Beijing with more on the upcoming visit. Good morning to you, Selena.
Yeah, good morning to you, Robin. And this trip was already delayed once because of the war in Iran. And President Trump was hoping to land here in Beijing with that conflict behind him. But instead, it's expected to be front and center of these talks. President Trump wants Chinese leader Xi Jinping to use his leverage to convince Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. But what I'm hearing from experts is that while China wants this war to end, they really see this as America's problem to solve. They don't want to get pulled in too deep. And Beijing can't afford to wait this out. They can be patient here because they built enough energy reserves. Now, what Beijing wants from this meeting, I'm told, is a longer tariff truce, fewer restrictions on advanced technology exports, and easier access to U.S. investments. President Trump, for his part, also wants to walk away from this with some tangible wins he can take home. He wants trade deals. He wants China to commit to buying American airplanes, agriculture and energy. Artificial intelligence talks are also expected to be at the top of the agenda. Now, more than a dozen CEOs will be traveling here to Beijing with President Trump to help make those deals happen, including Tim Cook as well as Elon Musk. Also, top executives from Meta, Visa, and Goldman. That shows you, Michael, just how much is riding on this meeting, Michael.
Yeah, high stake to say the least, Selena. Thank you so much for that. And we're going to get more on President Trump's idea to lower gas prices by temporarily suspending federal taxes on fuel. Chief Economics Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is here with how this could work. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning to you, Michael. And when you look at things right now, the average price for a gallon of regular is currently $4.49 this morning. So take a look at what drives that price. The biggest factor by far is that cost of oil. It accounts for a little more than half. Then the next two big costs are transporting, selling, and refining. That's 30% of the price. The final piece in that cost, what you end up paying, are those taxes. States can tack on between 9 and 65 cents a gallon. And then you have that federal gas tax. It is 18.4 cents a gallon. So once you strip those out, roughly speaking, you could get prices down from that $4.49 level to about $4.31 as of this morning per gallon. Now, before the tax can be suspended, it's going to likely require congressional approval. Of course, these taxes generally go towards highway maintenance. So while you can imagine it would be very popular with prices where they are, it would also have a potential impact. George?
No question about it. We're going to turn now to the Supreme Court, clearing the way for Alabama to use a voting map that would eliminate a congressional district with a black majority. The latest followed after the court's ruling that gutted the Voting Rights Act. Joe O'Brien is on Capitol Hill. Good morning, Jay.
George, good morning to you. A lot of twists and turns, but much of it likely to impact those critical November midterms with control of Congress on the line. So this was a 6-3 Supreme Court decision that has now cleared a path for Alabama to eliminate one of just 2 majority black congressional districts in that state. Both are represented by Democrats, and it allows Republicans to be in the position of likely picking up one more safe Republican seat ahead of November. It's just the latest in a nationwide firestorm of redistricting that's gripped both Republican and Democratic states, and it comes just about 2 weeks after that major Supreme Court decision that gutted a section of the Voting Rights Act's protections that deal with redistricting by race. The Congressional Black Caucus now says that in the wake of that decision, roughly 19 or so of its members, just about a third of the caucus representing Republican-controlled states like Georgia, Louisiana, South Carolina, and more, could now be at risk of losing their seats this year and again in 2028. Meantime, Virginia, which had a referendum to redraw its congressional maps that would favor Democrats, is now asking the U.S. Supreme Court to step in to overrule its state Supreme Court, which threw out those maps last week. Robin.
So much to unpack there, Chase. Thank you so much for your reporting. Now, the new inflation report. Elizabeth Schulze joins us with the potential impact on gas prices, airfares, groceries, and more. Good morning to you, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Robin. This is the worst inflation report in nearly 3 years, driven by the spike in fuel costs from the Iran war. The inflation rate hit 3.8% in April compared to a year ago. We have not seen prices go up this fast since May 2023, and they're seeing the impact with soaring gas prices, public transportation costs, and airfares, which are up 21% now in the past year. Rent prices also spiked in April, and those already high grocery prices are going even higher. Ground beef now at a new all-time high, up 19% in the past year. Tomatoes, which is partially a tariff story, up 50% in a year. Lettuce up 10%. Eggs are down 56%. The big picture here is that prices are clearly going in the wrong direction. Inflation is now going up faster than Americans' average paychecks. Guys.
Yeah, Elizabeth, the big picture is not looking good. Thank you for pointing that out to us. And we're going to go now to the hero police dog who found a missing elderly man, and it was all caught on camera. Sam has the story for us. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, everyone. When the call came in, the 96-year-old Ray Cornett was missing from his home in Hillsborough County, Florida. The sheriff's deputies knew who to call. Meet Boomer, the police dog. He was rushed to the scene, sniffed a few pieces of Ray's clothing, and was on the hunt. Cornett was described as, quote, missing and endangered, but it wasn't long until Boomer led deputies right to a wooded area not far from Cornett's home. After a while of looking around, sniffing around, our canine officer located Cornett stuck under some brush, and he was unable to get out. Deputies were able to rescue him, though, and returned him to his home uninjured, which was just a couple hundred yards away. Canine officer Boomer the Bloodhound has been with the sheriff's office since 2024, and he will turn 3 years old on Thursday.
Well, hopefully he gets a nice cake, cookie, whatever dogs get.
How about a steak?
Yeah, whatever it is.
That'll work. Thank you, Sam. Now to the NBA playoffs. Thunder sweep the Lakers. Lara, one of the big questions now, what's next for LeBron?
That is the big question. So the defending champs going for the sweep. The Lakers fighting for their playoff lives. This was the closest game in the series, but in the end, the Thunder showed why they won it all last year. SGA leading the way with 35 points to help close out their second sweep of the playoffs. They haven't lost a game yet this year in the postseason. The big question, as George says, this morning, everyone asking, what is next for LeBron James? Many believe this may have been his last game as a Laker. Could he go home to Cleveland? Might he retire? What James said after the game is that he is not sure. He's going to sit down with his family to recalibrate his words, and when he knows, we'll know. Speaking of Cleveland, the Cavaliers are now tied with the Detroit Pistons after a big win in Game 4. The Cavs opening up the second half with 23 points to the Pistons 0 to take control of what had been a close game. Donovan Mitchell scoring a playoff record-tying 39 points in that amazing second half. Wow. So Game 5 tomorrow night on ESPN. The Knicks will likely be watching as they take on the winner of that series. Meanwhile, San Antonio Spurs superstar Victor Wembanyama will be on the court for tonight's Game 5 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The league deciding not to suspend him after elbowing Naz Reid during Game 4. That series tied 2 games apiece, guys.
You wear purple for LeBron? Lakers?
It felt right.
Yeah? Looks good.
Just in case.
Looks good on you.
And I know Victor Wembanyama is the big star, but the guys got suspended for a lot less than that. I'm just saying. I know it's a big game, but that was pretty egregious.
Rough hit.
No, you're not saying nothing.
You get nothing from her.
I'll move us on. Coming up, the latest on the disappearance of Lynette Hooker in the Bahamas. The Coast Guard seized her sailboat, and we're going to tell you what they hope to do next.
Also ahead, we'll have the latest on the new images of that brazen shooting in broad daylight. Hey, Will.
Yeah, Michael, good morning. Authorities say up to 60 rounds were fired in the middle of the day just outside Boston. We're going to show you the images and who jumped in to help.
All right, well, and our friend Joe Buck is here live. Look at him there. What he's about to reveal only on GMA. What's that look you got there, Joe? Back here on GMA, it was a star-studded American Idol finale in Vogue, who played at my bachelorette party. It was here on GMA. You all saw it.
Oh.
At the bachelorette party on GMA. Also, Alicia Keys brought the house down. I didn't pay him. We have much more in our play of the day, including what the new American Idol told GMA.
Humble brag callback.
Yeah, that's good. That's what you call a flex.
Not like you said humble.
You humble brag, yeah? Well, I'll be honest with you, George, not so humble brag.
I took it back.
Will, save us all.
I will save us. Good morning to each and every one of you. We begin at 7:30 with a lot to get to. We have new images of that brazen shooting in broad daylight outside of Boston. A man armed with an assault-style rifle, you see there, firing on a busy highway. Authorities say up to 60 rounds were fired. Two men in separate cars were struck by gunfire. They're both now hospitalized with life-threatening injuries. A state trooper and a heroic civilian, a former Marine, were nearby. They jumped into action. The gunman was identified as 46-year-old Tyler Brown. He was taken down and taken into custody. Also, take a look at this dramatic dash cam footage from Goldsboro, North Carolina. That's an 18-wheeler on your screen there, plowing through traffic. A driver on the other side of the road capturing it all. He couldn't believe his eyes. The crash is being investigated by authorities. And education platform Canvas, used by 8,000 K-12 schools and universities, says it has reached an agreement with hackers who had threatened to leak personal data. Canvas says the unauthorized actor returned the data and gave a digital confirmation of its destruction, but no word on the terms of the agreement. The hack initially shut the platform down, while many students were scheduled to take finals, guys.
Yeah, no, that's a big sign of relief there, Will. Thank you for that. And now, going to go to new developments in the case of the American woman whose husband says she fell overboard in the Bahamas. The Coast Guard has now seized their boat. Rhiannon Alley is here with the story. Good morning, Rhiannon.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, that is the big question. What happened to Lynette Hooker? The wife and mother disappeared off a boat in the Bahamas. Now investigators are taking a closer look at the boat she shared with her husband. It's been more than a month since Lynette Hooker vanished in the Bahamas. This morning, the U.S. Coast Guard seizing the sailboat she was traveling on with her husband, Brian Hooker. The Coast Guard also announcing they hope to speak to the owners of this other sailboat, which they say was moored next to Hooker's boat the night she disappeared. The 55-year-old American went missing on the evening of April 4th. Brian telling authorities the couple encountered bad weather while riding their dinghy to their sailboat off Elbow Cay. He claims Lynette fell overboard. Brian washing up on Marsh Harbor, where he then reported his wife missing. He was taken into custody but then released without charges. Brian telling our Victor Okendo he planned to stay in the Bahamas to look for Lynette.
I'm not leaving until I'm told to leave or convinced that it's fruitless.
Lynette's daughter, Carly Aylesworth, skeptical of her stepfather's account.
It just made me be more, why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? Why did that happen?
Brian Hooker's attorney says he is not commenting on the seizure of the couple's boat, but there are still so many questions about what really happened the night Lynette went missing.
Sure
many
are.
questions.
Yeah.
Okay, Rhiannon, thank you. Now to the first refunds on President Trump's tariffs that were struck down by the Supreme Court earlier this year. Elizabeth Schultze is back to tell us what it means for businesses and consumers. Hello again, Elizabeth.
Hey again, George. So American importers paid $166 billion in tariffs that were struck down by the Supreme Court. Now businesses are starting to get that money back. So at least 75,000 companies have already filed for tariff refunds from the government. Customs and Border Protection says those payments will start arriving into businesses' bank accounts as soon as today. And some companies are expecting big returns here. An analysis from Citi found that Walmart is owed $10 billion. Target is owed $2 billion, Nike $1 billion.
FedEx, UPS, and DHL do all say that they will refund customers who paid these tariffs, but that is not the case for many companies who have said they will pay off debt, hire staff, maybe lower prices. The bottom line is that these now illegal tariffs cost the typical household an estimated $700 last year. Those refunds, though, not going directly back into consumers' pockets, guys.
And that's what people thought. Legendary sportscaster, Monday Night Football play-by-play announcer, and good friend of the show. Please give it up for Joe Buck here.
Hi.
Oh, Jim.
Hello.
It's really like, what's your 7th one that you'll be calling?
It's my 7th, yeah. It's Troy and me. It's our 7th, so that was kind of the joke. But for time, they kind of cut the end of it out.
I mean, it's on the editing room floor?
It's on the editing room floor.
But he couldn't lose the hug.
No.
Yeah, the hug was great. With that thing's called Appy, by the way. That mascot, that big E, it has a name. It's Appy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Just so you know.
Oh, well, thank you.
You've learned something
You are
this
just imparting all this knowledge on us. So impart some knowledge about Monday Night Football. You have an exclusive announcement here about a matchup.
And it's exciting. I mean, you always wonder how you're going to start the season, and our answer is a game between Denver and Kansas City. Woo! We do not know the location. That's kind of the crazy part, and it points out the fact that this schedule release is fluid up until Thursday. They're going to give it to us all on Thursday. So we don't know where the game is. We know who the game is, and it's a great matchup in the AFC West.
So let's talk about that a little bit more. Both Patrick Mahomes and Bo Nix were hurt at the end of the last season. I assume they're going to be back.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, we know Patrick Mahomes is not human, so he probably healed after a week. But he's evidently ahead of schedule. Bo Nix missed the AFC champ game with a bad ankle. But he is supposedly good to go and will be ready for training camp. So hopeful that, within that matchup, we get Mahomes and Nix, which makes it, that much better.
Yeah. But what makes it so great is you and your partner, Troy, in the booth like that. And can I just say, because, having the Super Bowl, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for ESPN.
I'm starting to get the feel of that.
Right.
It seems like,
Anything making you a little bit nervous at all?
No. I mean, I think the good part is that I get to stand next to him.
Yeah.
And this is year 25 for us together. And, you two know. You kind of know where the other person's going before sometimes they do. And I can read his body language. I know when he wants to talk. I know when he doesn't. And so we will end up at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, with Super Bowl 61 and watching the season playing out and seeing where we'll end up and who it'll be is going to be a blast. It's huge, and it should be huge for this company.
Like you said, heading into your 25th year with Troy Aikman. When did it all click in?
It took a little bit. When we started, it was 3 of us. Chris Collinsworth was part of it. He left after year 3, our first Super Bowl, and then it became just the 2 of us, and it became kind of 2 guys just talking and enjoying each other's company.
Dads. Both girl dads.
Both girl dads.
Yeah.
And we kind of had, similar tracks through life, and so a lot in common. Never had one fight off the air.
Really?
Yeah, well, I would lose. I mean, not physically, but I love the guy, and it just works. I don't know.
It really does.
I'm very thankful for it.
Yeah, and we're thankful. I know we joke around with you a lot, but guys, you really bring so much. You really do.
Back at the 2 of you.
Yeah.
So Mutual Admiration Society. Yes.
Okay.
You guys are great.
Yeah. See you at up fronts.
Yeah, we'll be there.
I know. When you're in town, I'm like, must be up front.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, true.
Okay.
True.
How about that new show?
Oh, ESPN Jeopardy?
What is that
that's
about?
fun. I mean, really quick at the end. It's like Jeopardy. Here it is. This is so that's when I did it with Matt Amodio on the real Jeopardy, and now we've taken it and made an ESPN Jeopardy, which is all sports. Some stars. John Hamm is on it. So it's a blast, and getting to host that was really fun.
Okay, you're turning into Michael Strahan now with all these extra jobs.
I mean, nobody can touch that.
No, nobody touches that.
Nobody touched that. But it was good to do, and I'm going to finish it this weekend, and it comes out this summer.
All right, Super Bowl here on
ABC.
There they are, back now with our play of the day. Larry and Sam have all the excitement from the American Idol grand finale last night.
Yes, guys, this was a night to remember as special guest performers lit up the Idol stage. Too many incredible performers to list, but some of our favorites were 90s superstars in Vogue performing a double shot of their hits, My Lovin', You're Never Gonna Get It, and Free Your Mind. Yeah, okay, I won't do it. Carrie Underwood rocked it. She went from the judges' table to the main stage, joining legendary rockers Motley Crue to perform their classics, Home Sweet Home and Kickstart My Heart.
Yes.
But getting the night's biggest cheers had to be guest mentor Alicia Keys, the 17-time Grammy winner. Look at her there, performing 2001 hit Fallen with a little help from budding superstar Ray. Yes.
Oh.
And Keys also sang her other 2001 hit, Lovin' You, with the finalists. It was such a great moment.
What a big night, too. All those stars. But Lara, even with all those big stars, ultimately it was about those three contestants, Hannah Harper, Kayla Richardson, and Jordan McCullough. Now, by the end of the night, ladies and gentlemen, we had a winner. Take a look.
The winner of American Idol 2026 is Hannah Harper!
Ryan can really drag that out. Hannah's from Willow Springs, Missouri, and started singing when she was just 9 years old. She gave GMA a special message after her big win. Here it is.
Hey everybody, it's Hannah Harper. I just won American Idol. It's so unbelievable. I'm going to be at Good Morning America tomorrow. Thank all the string cheese mama and daddies who got me here. I can't believe this is real life.
And in case you wanted the notes, Hannah is 25 and a mom of 3. She first earned major acclaim on Idol for singing that song she just talked about, String Cheese, at her audition. The song is about her struggle with postpartum depression, and that really went viral, especially with parents. We will see her tomorrow morning right here on GMA, and I
so happy.
Yeah. I feel like we knew from that moment, from the String Cheese moment, that she was a top runner.
And I love the story behind it, like a little boy.
Yeah, really beautiful.
You're going to have a stunning sight for us, aren't you,
I sure
Ginger?
will. All right, Dorothy, how about I give you Somewhere Over the Rainbow and the Twister at the same time? We'll be right back. What? Yeah, it's happening.
That was a lot.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Close watch on the quarantine units in the United States following the deadly hantavirus outbreak on board a cruise ship. This morning, one of the American passengers joins us live from Nebraska, where one person tested positive and is treated inside a biocontainment unit. What's next for the other Americans who already returned home?
Heartbreak to hope.
It was just like a total shock. She had no other symptoms, no cough.
How the family of the late YouTube CEO and mom of 5 who never smoked, Susan Wojcicki, is carrying on her legacy after a surprise lung cancer diagnosis and the new discoveries that could give more patients more time.
Get out of there, Amanda.
And the queen of sci-fi, Sigourney Weaver, is here live.
The new power is coming.
Celebrating her first appearance in the Star Wars galaxy. As we say, good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, everybody. We cannot wait to catch up with Sigourney Weaver.
And we will very soon. Also ahead, Tori Johnson is here. Smart products inspired by menopause relief, but perfect for anyone who loves comfort, from cooling bedding to soft sleepwear, portable fans, all at least 50% off.
That is coming up. First, look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with hantavirus outbreak. 18 people now being monitored at medical facilities in Georgia and Nebraska. We're going to hear from one of those American passengers. First, let's go back to Victor Kendo in Omaha with the latest. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, George, from the University of Nebraska Medical Center. We are outside of their quarantine unit where 16 of the American passengers will be assessed over the next few days. The first American to test positive, isolated inside the biocontainment unit here. The 15 others are being evaluated for symptoms. Once released, they will be allowed to monitor their symptoms at home, or they can remain here for the 42-day quarantine period. 2 other Americans, a couple, they were flown to Emory University in Atlanta after one of them showed symptoms. So far, 11 cases reported worldwide. 3 people have died. Maryland is monitoring 2 residents who were on a flight with the cruise ship passenger who tested positive. Now growing concerns that the Andes virus may spread easier than previously thought, though evidence remains preliminary. Officials maintain the risk to the public remains low. As for the ship, the last passengers and some crew were removed and the ship left Spain, headed for the Netherlands. That is where the remaining crew will quarantine. back here in Omaha. Once cleared to quarantine at home, health officials stress they will be escorted the entire way. We will not see them on commercial flights. Guys?
All right, Victor, thank you for bringing that to us. And for more on the hantavirus outbreak and those American passengers now quarantining, we're joined live now from Omaha by one of the passengers, Jake Rosemarin. And Jake, thank you for joining us this morning. How are you holding up in quarantine?
Holding up pretty well. I mean, I was relieved to get off the ship and have a plan in place, and they're treating us really, really well here. So I can't ask for anything more than that.
We're glad that you're doing so well. Can you take us back on the ship? The first time that you knew that something just wasn't right, when was that?
So honestly, I know that a timeline has already been put out there. And for me, it just felt like weird coincidences. And honestly, I didn't think anything was wrong until we found out that it was hantavirus. And that's when I was scared. Because as you know, when you hear about a virus you don't really know about, you Google it. And when you Google hantavirus, it's definitely a scary virus to be seeing.
So scary.
Yeah.
Have you had any contact with any of the other passengers?
Since I've been here, no. Since we've been in quarantine, no, we have not contacted. Do you mean face-to-face or virtually?
Either one.
Yes, I've messaged people, and everyone seems to be in good spirits.
Well, that's good.
And we know they talk about 42 days of quarantine. How long do you expect to be in quarantine?
So my plan right now is to stay for the 42 days. I think that is the best decision that's for me and for my family. And I know that here I'm in the best care possible.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel great. I don't have any symptoms.
Good.
I mean, this room is spacious. We have exercise equipment. I have a stationary bike back there. So I'll be making use out of it over the next, month or so. And yeah, there's air conditioning. We get food, 3 meals a day, as much as we need. I can't ask for any more than that.
So what so far are you doing to pass the time? You said you hadn't gotten on the bike yet because you said that's to come.
I hadn't.
No. But
Yeah,
what are you doing to pass the time?
So yesterday was really our first day, and it was after a very long and stressful travel day. First ever direct flight from the Canary Islands to Omaha, Nebraska, first and hopefully the last. But it was a long, stressful travel day. I spent most of yesterday just, reaching out to family and friends over FaceTime and calling and just, letting them know I'm okay and in good spirits.
Wonderful.
Well, we're glad you are. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yes.
You take care.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
And coming up on our GMA Morning Menu, Will Reeves sat down with the family of the late YouTube CEO and mother of 5, Susan Wojcicki, to figure out how they're carrying on her legacy.
Also ahead, Gwen Stefani and No Doubt kicking off their Las Vegas residency and giving us the exclusive on what it really took to bring the show to life.
Plus, Sigourney Weaver is here flying into the Star Wars universe for the first time and telling us all about her role in The Mandalorian and Grogu. And Lara, Sam, we got a special guest.
Do you want me to talk to you?
So
about
he's our host and our friend. This is our guy. Hey, Larry, you want to come over here?
I sure do.
How are you? So here, doing double duty as always, from mirror balls to mishaps. We're going to talk about it all.
Yes.
Do you have any? I mean, I want good stories.
I think we wait. I think we wait.
All right, we'll wait for the rest of the show.
It's coming up on
We'll let them know.
GMA.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
Do you want to sign the wall?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
And we are back with our GMA cover story, an interview with the family of the late Susan Wojcicki, the former YouTube CEO who lost her life to lung cancer at just 56. Now her husband and sisters are carrying on her fight to change the way the disease is detected and treated. Well, you've got the story.
I do. I was able to talk with the family. It's an important story here. Lung cancer has been long stigmatized as the smoker's cancer. And in a way, that stigma extends to the medical industrial complex. The criteria to get screened for lung cancer is narrow and restrictive. But anyone with lungs can get lung cancer, including a health-conscious, vibrant non-smoker like Susan Wojcicki. Her family wants to make screening and detection easier and ubiquitous, and the central part of their beloved Susan's legacy. In 2022, Susan Wojcicki was breathing rarefied air as the CEO of YouTube and a mom of 5 when she received earth-shattering news.
It was just like a total shock. She had no other symptoms, no cough, no tiredness, nothing that you would kind of associate with a cancer diagnosis.
Susan was 56 and had metastatic lung cancer.
She died in 2024. Today, 3 of the people who knew and loved her best, her husband and 2 sisters, are carrying on Susan's legacy.
She was really somebody I think that people looked up to and want. She was a natural leader.
What made you fall in love with Susan?
How genuine she was, essentially. She was very approachable. She really loved having her kids around. And despite how busy life got, especially after she assumed the role of CEO of YouTube, she always had time for the kids.
The diagnosis all the more devastating because Susan was in great health, always active, focused on nutrition, and she had never smoked. While smoking is still the #1 risk factor for lung cancer, rates among non-smoking younger adults are on the rise. 75% of lung cancers are caught at later stages, and despite it being the deadliest cancer worldwide, it's the most underfunded compared to other cancers.
It became very clear that Susan wanted to make a difference. Like, she was not going to die and just have that be the end of her story, that she was going to have a legacy of, like, this is not okay, and no one is screening.
How do you channel that grief?
The only way that I know how to channel it is by ensuring that it doesn't happen to anyone in the future.
Susan spent her final years on a mission to unite scientists and industry leaders to fight lung cancer. Now her family is launching the revamped Susan Wojcicki Foundation to accelerate progress in detecting and treating lung cancer.
We think that there is a path forward to coming up with new ways to diagnose the cancer early.
The goal driven by pioneers like Dr. Bryant Lynn, a trailblazer in lung cancer research who's also living with the disease himself.
I was diagnosed at stage 4 and my main symptom was a cough. I thought I had allergies.
A never smoker like Wojcicki, Lynn is proof that truly anyone can get lung cancer. For patients like him, every breakthrough matters.
You just have to live long enough till the next new treatment comes out.
What are the projects that show the most promise, where the foundation can have the most impact?
Clinical research on looking at 2 sides, who should be screened and how we should screen them, and the benefits to low-dose CT screening. On the other side is really what we call translational science, and those are biomarkers for early detection.
New discoveries that could give more patients what Dr. Lynn and Susan's family are fighting for: more time.
I think that we're going to be able to have a significant impact with raising awareness and finding out, like, how can you have an effective screening protocol to prevent people from having the same fate as Susan.
And the Susan Wojcicki Foundation has gotten buy-in from some major players in Silicon Valley, including Google. And the foundation addresses a major need. Screening has historically been limited to older smokers, so this fills a crucial void. Detection is really one of the great weapons in the fight against lung cancer. It's certainly something that hits close to home for me. My mom was 12 years younger than Susan Wojcicki when she died of lung cancer, but similar profile. She wouldn't have been able to get screening because you wouldn't think that she would fit the profile, but anyone with lungs can get lung cancer. So this is really important, and to hear more from Susan's family, you can check out the latest in Time magazine at time.com.
Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
We're going to switch gears now, get some pop news.
All right, George, let's do it. Good morning, everybody. So there's no doubt about this band's staying power. Yep, we're talking about, no doubt, Gwen Stefani and the band celebrating their 40th anniversary and their first time performing in multiple shows together. Guys, it's been 14 years since they did that. They kicked off their first one last week with hits like Hella Good and Just a Girl and Don't Speak. But they did speak exclusively to us, guys. They're at the Sphere. This is very, very big for them. And they're sitting down for their first interview in over a decade with our Ashen Singh. Check this out.
In the Sphere, obviously, it's a totally different animal, you know? It's like making 20 music videos and playing in front of them. It's an absolute trip. It's been a 6-month process, right? Just creating the visuals.
It was a backwards process too, because the first thing we did was meet at my house and go, okay, what songs are we going to play? Because you have to like commit early. Like you can't make a lot of changes once you get like these different like phases.
No Doubt is the first female-led band to headline at the Sphere. Congratulations, Gwen. The show features never-before-seen archival footage. It also celebrates their 40-year run as a band, and you can see more from No Doubt's interview tonight on ABC News Live Prime with Lindsay Davis at 7. Even more on Nightline later tonight, and you can stream it all tomorrow on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus, guys.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
No doubt about it. Yeah. Look at you. And another one of our GMA Book Club picks is making it to the big screen with a superstar leading the cast. Florence Pugh will star in and produce the Midnight Library adaptation of the best-selling novel by Matt Haig. The book follows the character Nora Seed, who finds herself in a library between life and death with the chance to experience all the potential paths that she could have followed. I always love that idea. It touches on the topics of mental health and regret. The novel was one of our GMA Book Club picks back in 2020. It has sold 15 million copies worldwide. It's been translated into 56 languages. Pre-production set to begin this fall, with shooting likely to start early next year. And Florence, so talented. Looking forward to that. And finally, let's head to a galaxy far, far away as we count down to the release of The Mandalorian and Grogu. Another Star Wars legend, guys, has just made history. A 1977 Luke Skywalker collectable card, originally sold with gum, remember, in the package?
Yeah!
1977, baby. It just sold for $687,000 at Heritage. I would have thought $687.
Right, I'd have been happy with that.
Add 3 zeros at Heritage Auction House. The Luke Skywalker rookie card is in gem mint 10 condition and proves the staying power of the fandom, and the franchise is out of this world. In fact, Sigourney Weaver will be here in just a few minutes to tell us more about The Mandalorian and Grogu. We had...
That many cards I think we've all...
Oh my gosh. I definitely had that card. Yeah. I was really into Star Wars. I remember going, I would use my money to get those little packages. I'm the one person who liked the gum.
And now you're out.
Where is it?
I knew you would chew the gum.
And now you're out of $687,000. There we go.
I'm just admiring what Tori's wearing.
Oh,
Steele's Tori Johnson here with products to help with menopause symptoms that many of us can also enjoy.
Exactly. These are for everybody who wants to upgrade their bedscape for a luxurious experience. These are Cijo sheets. They were named Best Cooling Sheet in Oprah Daily's recent Menopause Award. So big accolades from them. It's crafted from a naturally breathable tensile lyocell fiber. So you get this like airy weight eucalyptus sheet feel.
You feel it.
Gets softer and cooler with every wash. They just feel great on your skin. And this is the one that's like designed so that you can have a matching duvet if you want with it or not. We've got all of the soothing, I like to say soothing colors. And then this that you're touching right here is their Flex Cool pillow. So you see like it's already, oftentimes in the night, you've got to flip the pillow over to get to the cooler side. You get the cooler side right here on both of these sides because it's, I like touching this, right? It's really, really soft. Everything here from Cijo slashed in half. Pillows and bedding. Okay, this is the ice blanket. This was named Best Cooling Blanket also from Oprah Daily. And what's awesome about this is that it's the perfect loft. So a lot of times when you need a blanket so that you're not freezing, it creates this like so much heat and weighs you down that you wind up having to kick the blanket off because you're just sort of like overheating under it. With this, it's designed to be not only like cool to the touch to your skin, but then again, also that perfect weight and having that nice airflow so that you don't wake up sweaty and restless. Instead, a cool, deep night's sleep. We've got clearly all of the great colors, but in addition to the colors, we also have an assortment of sizes, classic as well as big and tall, which is rare. 50% off plus free shipping on ice blankets. Okay, our friends at Softies. Feel how nice
are great.
that is,
These
right?
Yes.
These allow you to sleep cool and sleep soft. This is their new, it's called the Barely There sleepwear collection. And it's the one that's like, it's not gonna cling to you. It's just kind of airy and loose. And this is a great, it's a moisture wicking, breathable fabric that just allows you to sleep cool and comfy all night. We also have these really like just fresh, modern florals in a variety of styles. Shorts, capri sets, caftan sleep shirts. So depending on your sleep preference, we got a style for you. And they're all 50% off from Softies.
And I really love how they don't cling, because sometimes when they're too light, it just...
Exactly, it doesn't
perfect.
sit right. These are designed properly. Okay, this is Swede making their GMA Deals debut. We got a lot of debuts today. What I love about this is, you know how oftentimes as we get older, our hair it sheds, it gets thinner, it gets weaker. Well, the same thing can happen to eyelashes and brows with hormonal shifts. And Swede's products are designed to help combat that. So we've got their award-winning serum. This one was named Best Serum, also by Oprah Daily, specifically for lashes and brows. So daily use, thicker, fuller-looking brows and lashes in as little as 4 weeks. Pairs really great with their Cloud Mascara. That's great for volume.
Perfect.
But the entire collection, Robin, is designed for sensitive and mature skin. So one of the things I love, this one right here, it's called the Miracle Powder. And what's great about this is you get a glow without it like going into the lines that creates more creases, designed to do the opposite of makeup. Everything here slashed in half.
I like how you use the word mature.
Mature. Okay. Or Lara told me to say sophisticated. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, but mature, sophisticated, you know it. Okay, this is Hot Girls Pearls. Feel this. So that was in the freezer. When you pop these in the freezer in their little pouches, you then can get that cooling effect when you need it. It's got a special gel infusion in here. So we've got an assortment of bracelets as well as necklaces, and they're all 50% off.
They've really upped the fashion on this.
They have. And then finally, we've got some fans for anywhere. This is a Modern Monkey. This one has a little mist and fan for cooling. We've got little lantern fans that are great. We've got one that's a power bank and fan. So if you want a little cooling relief on the go, these are phenomenal. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
That's cool. You got a mister and a fan, keep you cool. These start at $9.
Yes, for sophisticated women.
There you go, sophisticated.
Sophisticated lady.
You got it.
Thank you, partner. We have partnered with these companies on these great products. You can get them at gmadeals.com. That QR code that's there on your screen takes you right there. Sigourney Weaver is here telling us about joining the Star Wars universe, Mandalorian, and Grogu. Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City. You know our next guest, love her from movies like Alien, Ghostbusters, Avatar, and now Sigourney Weaver is joining the Star Wars universe with a new role in The Mandalorian and Grogu. Please welcome to Good Morning America, Sigourney Weaver! I love it. This is your first foray into the Star Wars universe.
It is, and it was a surprise when John called me and invited me to play a colonel who came up with the rebellion, would have been Princess Leia's generation. And I love the part. It's not huge, but I made the most of it. And I got to work opposite Pedro and Grogu and work with Jon Favreau. It's a pretty awesome job.
Yeah. He said you had a demand before you took the job? Something about Grogu?
John did?
Yeah.
Well, I think actually I'd already gotten the job. I was at my costume design, and they brought Grogu in to say hello to me. Grogu has 5 puppeteers who you never see. So you just think he's alive.
Yeah.
Yes, they each do a different thing.
Whoa.
I need only 4 to do what I do. But anyway, I fell in love, and then when we shot the movie, he made sure Grogu stayed alive. And I got a scene with him where he tries to steal my food, which he just tries to steal everyone's food.
Right.
But it's not awe-inspiring for me as the colonel sending them on a really tough job to see a guy who's wearing a helmet. I can't look into his eyes and see if he's cool. And the sidekick is someone who could not be less interested, I think, in what I'm saying, because he's looking for snacks all the time. But anyway, I love him even more now that I've been on tour with him.
Well, let's take a look at an exclusive clip. Check it out.
This is worth a lot more than the bounty on that imp.
Well, let's call it an advance on the next mission.
What next mission?
Commander Coyne. Our missing ace of staves. No one knows what he looks like, and most believe him to be dead.
Not a lot to go on. What's the play?
I want you to go to Nal Hutta and meet with the Hutts. They've agreed to lead us to him.
What's in it for them?
Their nephew is being held against his will by another crime syndicate on the Outer Rim, and they need a professional to get him out quickly and quietly.
Oh. Now, you said in the past you weren't interested in returning to sci-fi after Avatar, Ghostbusters, Alien. Why was this the right project for you?
You know, I don't see sci-fi the way other people see it. I just see it as a great story. It happens to take place in the future. That's really the category I put it in. So I just think of them as movies. So this was a great script. I'd always wanted to work with Jon Favreau. I was interested in working with Pedro Pascal. I didn't know about Grogu. But when I met him, it didn't put me off the job. And so I just follow the story.
Yeah. And I love seeing a woman in that role, a very strong woman. That was part of it as well?
I think so. I think it easily in the old days could have been played by a guy. And I really admire the women in the armed services. When I was growing up, there were none. I guess they tried to pretend women weren't good under pressure. And so to play a woman who has a command like this, way out in the middle of nowhere, and is trying to keep this fledgling republic alive, I really admired her and wanted to do justice to her.
You mentioned Pedro. He was here yesterday.
Isn't that great?
Singing your praises, talking about how you were on his bucket list. It was a dream to work with you.
Oh, he's so sweet. I can never live up to whatever he thinks I am.
Well, how was it working with him?
It was great. He actually, when I did the first couple of scenes, he was actually had to be in England, so I worked with Brendan Wayne, who's John Wayne's grandson. Oh, wow. And that's why he moves so beautifully through the space. He's so economically. So actually, Amando is played by 3 different people.
Oh, wow.
Mostly Pedro. He's the main one, but Brendan does a lot of the physical work.
Yeah, but you've been able to spend some time with him promoting the film and being with him like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We were talking off camera. This is really a movie meant to be seen on the big screen, isn't it?
I think so. Having seen it in a screening room, I think it's made for IMAX, and I think it's coming, as Star Wars did in the 70s, the perfect time for us on this planet to get away. And go to a galaxy far, far away. Take our minds off everything, and it's a very satisfying movie. It's got great action, great heart, a lot of humor, and Colonel Mord. And so, you know.
Yeah. Do you remember the first Star Wars that you saw? Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah, like all of us do?
I remember 1977, I was at the Ziegfeld.
Oh, God.
And, you know, with, 1,000 other people. And this thing came on, and stuff went over our head, it seemed. And we were just astonished.
Yeah.
And what I loved about Star Wars is that all the people, all the different species get along, for the most part. There's some bad creatures, but mostly people live in villages, they drink shots together, it's all very, normal. And it was a much more peaceful vision of the future than what I ended up doing, which was Alien, where there's very little hope of a truce.
Oh, well, you are an absolute delight. Thank you for always being so kind and sharing your talents with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. I love being here.
Anytime. We want everybody to know, this camera right here, I'm a professional, Sigourney. Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu hits theaters on May 22nd.
We are back now with our good friend Alfonso Ribeiro, and he is one of TV's most beloved hosts. Dancing with the Stars, America's Funniest Home Video. We happen to have a clip right now. AVF, here it is.
Well, it's our last show of the season, and it's always bittersweet for me. On the one hand, I like having the summer off to hang with my family. On the other hand, I'll miss having a studio audience applaud when I come down the stairs. The biggest reaction I get from my kids is, "Sup, Dad?" I'm gonna miss you guys.
We can relate.
welcome to the
Can I
show.
just say
Yes.
AFV?
Yes.
I did the flippy thing.
Sometimes it'll flip it when you see the letters.
You
it's
flip
just,
it.
You know, 'cause as you guys know from doing teleprompter work, like your eyes are way ahead of your mouth.
Yes.
So you're always like you're
Yes.
hoping that those words that are easy just go by.
Yes.
And you know, letters you're not used to saying.
But you know what? This is sort of the premise of the whole show. Which
Absolutely.
Is,
you just made our TV show. We're going to be using this clip.
And I can't believe that we're already to the finale of this season.
Yes.
So we just saw the clip, but what are we going to see in this?
Well, it's our season finale. Obviously, we have two $100,000 winners from the season.
Oh, wow.
And so they go up against each other in a grand prize spectacular where one of our two $100,000 winners will win a Disney Cruise Line vacation on the Disney Wish. And so it's it's the culmination of the whole season, all the best videos. Here we go. Let's see if the best one takes home the Disney Cruise Line vacation.
It's got to be hard to pick because you guys get some real doozies.
Well, you know, luckily, I don't have to be involved in any of that, right? Because if that never goes well, if it's on me,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Fair
going
enough.
to let America decide.
Yeah.
And if they get it wrong, that's on them. That ain't on me.
Exactly. But you're so lucky because you get to host two of our favorite shows.
Love it.
AFV and Dancing with the Stars. One show you have these incredible dancers. One show you have people falling in bushes.
Yes.
What a dichotomy your life is.
It's very different, you know. But the dancers sometimes would make videos that would definitely be on the show, as you know very well. But you know, I feel so blessed and lucky that I get to do both shows. Obviously, had a beautiful dinner with all the dancers last night. Dina Katz and I took them all to dinner, and you know, it's easy to do that. I can't take all the people on AFV to dinner because you know that would just be too many.
And that dancing cast is such a good cast. So let me just ask you what's more dangerous.
Okay.
So let's say it's a non-dancer who comes in to pick up one of your fabulous dancers, spin them around, drag them on the floor.
Right.
Some idiot like me. Is that more dangerous, or a dad with a renegade like leaf blower?
Well, I mean, the leaf blower not necessarily that dangerous because it's just going to be a beautiful, you know, stuff just hitting you.
Yeah.
But when you
It
have to
never
lift
fails.
up the dancers, you know, it's interesting because it's like, as you know, like you're not in shape to carry them around.
No.
Right? Like if somebody said, hey, here's what we're going to do. We want you to pick up 100 pounds of weight. We're going to put it above your shoulder, and then you're going to do a cha-cha and move your feet.
On
You'd
your
be like,
toes.
on your toes, and make sure you have no heel
could
leaks.
go wrong?
Okay, hold on.
What could
What are
go
we
wrong?
talking about
And
right
then we're
now?
going to judge you.
And then we're going to judge you, and we're going to send you upstairs to talk to Julianne out of breath.
I know we're running out of time, so I want to give a quick plug because we're starting to get a little vibe on who the cast will be.
Yes.
Because we've got Sierra Miller, we've got Maura Higgins. Any other thoughts on who might be coming?
Well, I know that we're announcing our third contestant tonight at Upfronts.
Oh, exciting.
So it's we're excited about that. So we won't be able to talk about it till tomorrow. But but we've got a lot of names that I've heard.
Will we be?
There's going to be some really good ones coming.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be a fantastic season.
Last season
last season was a monster.
Yeah. Monster.
Gonna be hard to beat.
The highest rated in 10 years or plus or whatever it was, you know, to be the #1 primetime show on ABC and then have the ratings continue to go up every week was incredible. It was a great cast. Obviously having Robert Irwin win, but Alex Earl, both of them coming down to the finale.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
mean, it could not have ended on a higher note. They were so amazing, both of them. You know, Whitney and Val should be incredibly proud of the work that they did with both of those contestants. It was a fantastic season, and we're looking to try and top it again this year.
It's been so great to watch you host both of those shows. The season finale of America's Funniest Videos airs Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern on ABC and streams the next day on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. And don't miss some big Dancing with the Stars news.
As you just heard.
Right here on Good Morning America tomorrow. Let's go to Ginger. Hey, GZ.
Oh, we will be waiting for that. Thank you so much, Sam. So this morning, we also have an exciting announcement from best-selling author Rick Riordan. He is launching a new 4-book series set in the world of Percy Jackson. Camp Half-Blood spotlights a new generation of demigods, with each book focusing on a hero and written in collaboration with different acclaimed authors. The first book is called The Wild Zone. It's co-written by Annabelle O, and it is out September 29th.
And now to the Mystery of Richard Simmons. The new special from Diane Sawyer takes a look at his disappearance from the public eye. It premieres tonight at 9, 8 Central on ABC, streams tomorrow on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. This morning we have a preview.
And when Richard Simmons showed up in small towns across America, thousands of people stormed the mall, covered by local news. His longtime manager and friend Michael Catalano traveled with him.
4,000 people? Yes, and he loved it because it was free. Everyone was welcome. You know, Richard was about inclusivity way before it became popular. I mean, he wanted everyone to participate.
How many people here exercised this morning? Raise your hand.
It was almost like a ministry, like a priest or minister would have, a ministry of health. And again, he took it very seriously. Maybe I can help other people. Maybe this is the mission that God has for me.
And maybe a mission that would help heal the deep wounds inside a little boy.
An underlying theme in Richard's life is, you know, insecurity. And in a way, the insecurity drove him because he wanted to take power over it. But he used to say to me, isn't it amazing? Here we are, and we've accomplished so much, and done so much, and I'm still little insecure Dickie Simmons. And in many ways, that great response that he got from people, that fueled him. That really, you know, he felt the love, let's say.
Until he didn't.
Until he didn't, exactly.
We're back now with a woman who is making history in the world of motorsports. She already has a long list of firsts in racing, and now Destiny Spurlock is the first black woman driver ever in NASCAR, and she is here with us this morning. Yeah! Well, you are a history maker, Destiny. But what does it feel like for you to be the first black woman NASCAR driver?
It feels so amazing. Again, being the first was never what I strived to be. I just so happened to be that. But being able to be that example for other little girls and little boys that look like me is amazing. I didn't have that representation when I grew up, and this road has not been easy. So to be here now, thank you to my team with Fox Tucker, I'm so excited for this moment.
Well, no, it hasn't been easy, but you don't get there without talent either. So give yourself a lot of credit as well. But do you feel the pressure because of all of that?
I don't feel the pressure from other people, but me being a competitor, me being an athlete, I'm always being, you know, my worst critic. So having that pressure to do great and be the best that I can be is always there. You know what that's like, right? Yeah. Playing football and all that good stuff, which I played, by the way. So I have to continue to stay focused and make sure that I'm outworking the rest on and off the track.
And you talked about all the kids who look at you as an example and as the role model. What do you hope they get and take away from it?
I hope that they are inspired to understand that you can never give up. Like, I'm 34 years old. People look at me, they're like, you're a little too old, aren't you? No, I'm not. They don't understand that it took me 17 years to get to this point. Like, I used to be a tractor-trailer driver. I worked with municipal waste. So having to have those long 16-hour days, but also still having to go to the gym, still having to watch film and stay focused and dedicated on what it is that I want to do has been a journey. Yeah, a lot of dedication, a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of work to get to where you are. And this weekend at Watkins Glen, you raced in the ARCA series. It was your first time behind the wheel of a Craftsman Truck Series. Now, it wasn't exactly how you would want it to go, but what was that experience like for you? The experience was overall amazing, having a double header, racing in the car and in the Craftsman Truck Series. So in the ARCA series, we had a mechanical failure, and so I had to, you know, pivot, get ready to get back in that truck. And mind you, this is a road course, okay? This isn't just an oval. So there's a lot of turns and all that. And we had a bunch of cup racers at this race. So I had to race with the best of the best. Yeah. So yeah, we didn't qualify due to points, but that's okay. I kept going, I kept striving, and I never gave up.
Well, you know what? You got to start somewhere, right?
Yes.
And you got to go out there and go against the best competition to figure out where you stand and how to get better yourself. But we know your goals going into your goal is to race at a NASCAR Cup Series. Series,
Yes.
ultimate goal. What is your goal for this season?
So this season, I would love to finish top 10 in points in the ARCA series. And then, I don't know how many truck races we have, but to get a top 15, top 10 in a truck race for the end of this year would be phenomenal. So I'm going to do all that I can to get that.
And I know there are a lot of young people out there wondering, how do you even get started?
Oh, goodness. How do you get started in racing? It's my parents' fault. They started me off when I was a little tot. I used to ride on the back of the motorcycle with them. My grandfather, he loved NASCAR, so I grew up watching it. And I always wanted to get into it. But again, it takes so much money to get to this point that I'm at today. And a lot of people like me, they want to get into it, but they don't know how to. So to be able to show them that we can do this, get partnerships behind us to be able to fund this and keep going, and hopefully we can have more people of color to be in this space with us.
Well, Destiny, keep leading the way.
Thank you.
Keep leading the way. And we appreciate you being here. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the season. And you guys stay right there. We'll be right back.
Rivals is supposed to be really good.
We're talking TV, baby.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.